akasema alikuwa the only son. That's so painful. Gosh. Was like, uko nchi gani? Do you have even children? My parents like anaweza kuwa na 3 children hivi. I was like, do you have even watoto 3 or do you have things that have been happening? I was so much concerned about that.
Yeah. It's very crazy, man.
You know, as these ones are happening also, we are very much concerned with this one in the country. Or these happenings, plane crash, abduction still continues. There these guys when alikuwa abducted kwa ambulance. Umesoma hiyo story? When walikuwa, I saw blogger Aoko, sorry to call Maverick. Reelers, welcome back to our new episode of the Real Talk Republic, produced by Kiafrika Studios. As always, tuko hapa kuhakikisha tumekuletea great content of the happening in the Republic of Kenya. Politically, lifestyle, na nini gani tena chief?
Zote, everything in conclusion, everything that you've ever wanted and you think about, it is here.
In the Real Talk Republic. It is unfiltered content,
True.
From the farthest end, my guy.
My name is Phadhile, Mulla, of course. Welcome to Real Talk Republic.
Dango nanani yule baba.
Kama kawa mzee si mzee, kama si mzee Darish. Hello.
And of course, I'm Arego, chief and brothers, reelers. Yesterday in the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya, you saw the Minister of Finance, His Excellency Mheshimiwa John Gogo Badi. Presenting the finance bill, the budget of the year, financial year 2025-2026. And you saw that, right? Yeah, what's your take, man? Did you heard about the bill, the budget presented by
they're still working on it, you know, and the wananchi, we are not happy with it, you know, we are not contented with it. I just feel like there's more to be done, the finance bill, and the fact that it's not only the Kenyan finance bill that was presented.
The budget.
Tanzanian one was also presented.
And
the
Ugandan
one also. And the Kenyan one is always bigger. Like, I don't know, 3 times theirs. That should tell you a lot. That
it was 4 trillion, right? Chief, what's your take on the yesterday read budget by the Minister of Finance?
Sai kila kitu inakuwa taxed.
Really? Did you read anything?
I read
Bro,
it.
that's not true.
Kila kitu,
you see,
bro.
the minister
they left out the taxing part.
Yeah. You see, everything, yes, is being taxed.
We have the imports. Angalia imports,
But
walisema
minister,
plastic.
Plastic. Bro, mnataka ku import vitu free.
But will increase.
What did they increase?
Bro.
You know, there's that part of like tax, whereby we have to pay taxes.
Yes,
it's our obligation as citizens to pay taxes. And as much as we keep on saying, we need development, it is our responsibility. If you need that road to be fixed, that road to be expanded, it is our responsibility to pay taxes. You know, we shouldn't feel the pinch. But the problem is whereby we give out the taxes and they are not, they are mishandled.
Yes.
That's the problem now. We need to see our taxes being used in action, consumed in the right way.
We are all responsible kulipa tax, na sisi wote tunafaa kulipa tax.
Exactly.
Ndio nchi isonge mbele. Remember President William Ruto akikuwa president alisema kwamba I'm here to ensure everybody pays the tax, right? And budget yenye ilisomwa jana and by the way, Mheshimiwa John Badi held the public consultation with the wananchi before I present the budget. Alisema, you people, you are just saying a lot of propaganda regarding finance bill 2025. And maybe it can be true, or it's true, because sisi wengi wetu, most of us, our job go through the finance bill. But they come out and say, we are overtaxed. We are overtaxed. We are being done this. No? And now realize, the Minister of Finance amesema, you people, yesterday you saw whatever happened in Nairobi CBD, the Maandamano.
Asaliaribu bana.
And the happening was at the time Minister alikuwa anasoma budget of the financial year 2025-2026. Na anasema there were a lot of distractors wenye hawakuwa interested kusikiza kenye tunasema. And what's your opinion on that?
Mandem, let me tell you something. The way sometimes we protest, I feel like we are not yet civilized enough because peaceful protest in Kenya is not peaceful.
Yeah.
You know, the part whereby people are just looting, and we have criminals who take advantage of that. I'm not saying everybody is a criminal who is engaged with protesting, but at the same time, we need to realize something, that we need to start practicing the peaceful protest we say we are peaceful protesting about.
Yeah.
Manela?
Yes.
We need to realize that we have criminals. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the only way that the government can hear us, you know? Because if you look at it this way, during the time when the Finance Bill 2024, the only way the government got our attention is through when things really, really got on the heat, you know? And that is the only time that the government got our attention as young people. And I feel like the reason as to why Kenyans are violent with protesting is because government just assumes us every time.
There's that called being violence. If the government wanted to assume, you know, they're going to vandalize everything kwa street.
Yes.
And some of these things wanna vandalize ni vitu zetu. Man. Others wamekuwa employed through this one. Is that necessary to be done through that way so that the government listen to us? Is that the only option or the way?
In Kenya, it is necessary.
No, vandalizing things, chief.
Yes.
No, it's not
I
necessary.
think they vandalize us.
What's your take on John Mbadi reading financial budget of the year 2025-2026, which is 4.3 trillion Kenya shilling?
On my way, first of all, jana distractions zilikuwa mingi.
Yeah.
Between Mbadi's budget and Albert Ojwang's case.
Yes.
Na I had CEC Environment Geoffrey Musiria alisema he'll review all the CCTV footages and held those who are responsible for the damages and lootings.
So they were distractors of the budget.
Yeah. And I have a question.
Yes.
CCTV ya police station inakosa kufanya uovu ionekani, si ndio? But ya town watu wakijaribu kuprotest za town zinafanya.
For my opinion, you know, these all CCTVs zinafanya kazi. That's true. And if the police station can go further interrogation, zitafanya kazi. That's the thing. But again, Musiri is coming out to tell you people, mnafaa kupenda city yenyu. Take an example of Kigali. You see?
Kigali is a very beautiful
city,
man.
So Sakaja was trying to build this city, man. I was nilikuwa city nimeona there is pavements and the way it looks like place za kudust vitu, so mkikuja street mnazingoa, mnapenda city yenyu usually.
I think those were sent goons, manze. Juu ukiangalia zile gari zilichomwa pia, it said that those cars were unregistered.
Yeah, and Gaucho is being accused of this.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. They're saying Gaucho alicontribute that. Walikuwa mweona Gaucho before. I mean, there was a video I'll play, if time gives us, where Gaucho was inciting the youths and telling them, you know, John Mbadi is going to read the finance bill, or rather the budget 2025-2026. It doesn't need the distraction. And we are not going to allow the distraction to continue. Sisi tutapinga hizo vitu kama zitakuwa hapa.
First of all, Gaucho, it's been a while I hear from him. You know, ako which side of the regime right now?
Broad-based government.
Na mbona anapiga vita nini serikali?
Man, remember, this is the first time Minister of Finance, budget of the year 2025-2026 is being read by somebody outside Mount Kenya.
Yeah.
And then Gaucho was saying, no distraction to whoever is reading our bill, and we are not going to accept that. Boys, tukikuja bado kwa story ya Albert Ojwang, no, bado tunaendelea na hizi story, demanding justice for Albert Ojwang. Na ndio maana jana kwa CBD watu walienda ku protest, right? We are demanding for the resignation of arrest of DG. Deputy Inspector General.
Yeah. Oh man, this is hard. You know, like we are a democratic country, and we operate on, you know, not guilty until proven guilty, you know?
But
is there any evidence to show that
it was recorded?
Is it Langat or Langat? That he's really like guilty.
Let me read for you the Star. Yeah. Yesterday, let me find a paper of the Star. Yesterday, the article that stated that Langat, alongside his,
but they only said a senior government official. They didn't mention
under the watch. Then the senior government official who is being interrogated on this matter is who? Langat. And remember, You remember the speech by Minister of Interior, Murkomen, alongside the IG, Kanja. Kanja alitoa statement akisema vizuri, huyu aliraise complaint ili kufanyika. Aliraise complaint ati this guy, but remember, it is also being said ati hii tweet ama hii post yenye ilipostiwa, it was not Albert ndiye alikuwa amepost. It is a friend, because unaweza itisha mtu simu login to your accounts, then huyu mtu misuse account yako, you know, so they trap you mpaka wakufind huko chini. So Kanja alikuwa ametoa statement, si deputy wangu alikuwa amefanyiwa hivi, alikuwa ametutia hivi against him and the corruption accusations zenye anapewa. And you saw that they were the IG Kanja said, right? And whatever Murkomen said. So that's why tunasema kama police service washakubali ama this person is being alleged of doing such, the only necessary thing that anafaa kufanya ni kuresign and to be arrested. And that's why youths are in the street. But now the mode of the protest ama demonstration in your youth in the CBD, it's not nice. It's not looking good, man. Looting, stealing phones, snatching from people. You know, I was there to cover that, Chief. And it's not in a good picture. Still, realize in the procurance in the search of justice for Albert Ojwang, tuliona Hanifa na Erick Omondi wakiwa na whose paybill is the right one. And then finally watu wakakuja to conclusion wakisema kwamba either way all the paybills are channeling the contribution to the Ojwang family. What's your take, boys?
First of all, I have a question. Do they benefit from the paybill?
Yes.
They must benefit from it.
Who?
There's a ratio. The bloggers, the
activists.
Yeah, the activists.
I don't know about that.
They must benefit from it, because you cannot be pushing for an agenda that you're not benefiting from.
There's a ratio they get.
They must get something. That is the part they are not telling you. Yes, because if I get a contribution of, let's say, 50 million, obviously nitajiwekea 10 million.
Wanangangania, we have the Pwani side, we have the Hanifa side, we have the Erick Omondi side.
Yes.
Who?
Pwani University they had a pay bill before.
Pwani University?
Yeah.
It's necessary for Pwani University, man. You know,
this is a country whereby we take advantage of every situation to make money out of it, to embezzle funds. Unanielewa? Kenya ni nchi ambayo hatuwezi kula pesa tu ovyo ovyo. But if you've given me a project of, let's say, 100 million, lazima nijiweke ka 20 kangu. Yes. So that is Kenya. Kenya iko hivyo.
But me, what I can say, realize, Erick Omondi have been doing amazing job.
That's true.
Besides, bwana ndio activist mwenye ako unique. Besides the man who was crying, kina Hanifa. Man, you've seen Erick Omondi coming out. That's the real venye activist wanafaa kufanya shughuli. Remember ule mwenye alishindwa kulipa shule. Remember ule mwenye alishindwa kuhudumiwa OC.
The dead has been overworking.
Okay, maybe I think either way, for you to come out as a single-handed person, to come out and, you know, push for an agenda, especially against the government, it's not easy. It's always, you have to be a brave person to do that. Na kama wanakulia hapa ama wakuli, bado it's a good thing. I think they are still helping. Unanielewa? Wewe kama wewe uko powerful sana hivyo, endo weke hiyo baby hapo tuone kama
utapata kakitu. And the Kenyans are amazing people, Mzee, because uliona contribution walifanya.
Hata kama atapata 5 million yake hapo out of 50 million, ni sawa. Ni nguvu zake, ni nguvu, ni favor ya Mungu imemsaidia akapata hiyo pesa.
Right now, a murder suspect, a police officer at the Central Police Station, mwenye anaitwa James Muhwana,
a constable
Muhwana, alisemekana kwamba yeye ndiye aliulizwa Ojwang amewekwa sel gani akafungua. So happening right now, Muhwana amepelekwa mbele ya hakimu, mbele ya court, and now his lawyer, no, he can't afford that. His lawyer Dunstan Omari, Lawyer Dunstan Omari asked court to grant bail to James Muhwana, suspect in the murder of Albert Ojwang, claiming that Muhwana willingly submitted himself to the authorities when summoned and is in a serving police officer.
Muhwana, is it he's just an officer?
A police constable.
Just a police
constable. The lowest rank.
Just an officer,
So that should tell you something. That the people are going to suffer from the consequences of their of their seniors.
Yeah.
He's
These
just
are-
he's a scapegoat.
The arrest same to Talam. I mean, the OCS.
Yes, they are going to suffer.
Arrest ya nini imekuja all of a sudden.
I mean, it's
Ya
very
Mulla.
obviously. I mean, it's very obvious that there was a upper hand.
An order from above.
Order from above. But there's no way how to prove it. And also, nobody can dare say the name. But we know ni nani. Unaelewa?
You have the big fish.
Yes, according to Peter Salasi anasema mkwana won't be sacrificed. Just like you said, real suspect, or rather culprits, are known.
Yes.
And that one we are calling out DIG, Langat, and the driver. You remember the senior government official and the driver watched as the guy was being tortured. And according to new report by the DCIs, or the main group, wanasema boys alirudishwa stenje kama asha kufa already.
Those two groups they are laying fingers on each other.
Yeah.
The DCI hawataki lawama, police pia hawataki lawama. So ndo unaona wanasema the central police station wanasema waliletewa mtu kama ako half dead. But the DCI wanasema mtu alipelekwa akiwa buheri wa afya. Naona tofauti.
But here's the thing, mnafaa mwelewe kabisa. The goal, the aim was not to kill this guy. Me, I feel that way.
What was the motive?
The aim was to discipline him. Ndio ache kuchezea majina za watu. Unaelewa? But obviously mwenye alipatiwa kazi, he went overboard. Si ndio? Yeah, akamtandika vilivyo.
Maspirits zilimshika.
Na sasa unajua alikuwa ameambiwa leave him half dead.
Half dead.
Lakini akamwacha full dead.
So sad. Yeah, that's so sad.
Yeah.
And now
Akampiga ikapita.
man, peace yake iko where? Peace yake right now, peace yake iko wapi? Because mtu ashakufa.
Of course, yeah. Haizi kuwa na amani sahi. Yeah, he's not peaceful like.
I think death ya Albert Ojwang imeunite Kenyans and the politicians, especially wale wenye kwa nusu mkate, broad-based government.
Morning hours while I was still driving over here. So I had there was Nani Masawe. I was listening to
Masawe Japan while driving.
Yeah. And just wakati nilikuwa napiga kona pale hivi nikikuja hivi, I had Masawe say no parent should ever bury their child.
Yeah.
It's very painful, and I felt it, especially when we have useless politicians coming out to give out statements that are not making sense.
Useless remarks.
Kama Karen Nyamu.
Yeah.
Very immature statements.
It's not the right time for politician kwenda, Minister of Interior, kwenda kuaddress National Assembly na kuanza witty games. Mimi nilikuwa chopi, wewe ulikuwa danda.
So here's the thing. I feel like it's very wrong. So it's high time sisi kama wa Kenya now we start thinking on how we can fight for our rights and support each other. We are one community.
Yesterday it's so unfortunate, man. I don't know hata kama ni unfortunate ama kutojali tu. While heading home for mat, my neighbor Dere, it happens nilikambele hapo kwa Dere hapo mbele. So Dere was like, hey, jana kulikuwa na nilifika mtaa very late. So on our way alikuwa anasema hii mambo yote ingefanyika hatungekuwa na jam hivi ama street ingeharibika hivi. Then the lady was nini ilifanyika? The lady was sitting with the Dere. Mimi nilikuwa nimenyamaza just stuck to engage. I doesn't talk about politics or those things when in mat now. Huwezi jua watu hivi. So lady, but mimi alinishangaza nikasema huyu ni mpumbavu aje kwa Kenya gani? Maana nilikuwa irritated sana na wewe Mzee. Dere was explaining how Albert was killed. Haya, painful. Then man hizo remarks.
Labda na smartphone.
No, alikuwa Mzee anakawa corporate man. You understand? Wa corporate, unaelewa? Anajielewa hivi. Eti akasema alikuwa the only son. That's so painful. Gosh. Was like, uko nchi gani? Do you have even children? My parents like anaweza kuwa na 3 children hivi. I was like, do you have even watoto 3 or do you have things that have been happening? I was so much concerned about that.
Yeah. It's very crazy, man.
As these ones are happening also, we are very much concerned with this one in the country. Or these happenings, plane crash, abduction still continues. There are these guys when alikuwa abducted kwa ambulance. Umesoma hiyo story? Wenye walikuwa I saw blogger Aoko sorry to call Maverick Aoko tweeting about these boys wenye walikuwa wamekuwa abducted then after the abduction wakauliwa. See, over the post it said the postmortem examination of 2 men who were abducted in Elgeyo Marakwet and discovered dumped in Nakuru a week ago has revealed that they were tortured to death. Then he said, on the orders of the DIG, the same week he issued threats huko ndio hao Memorial were abducted na ambulance, imagine. Ambulance maze, tactics zingine hazieleki.
So we are living in a country whereby there is no safety.
Yes.
It's very clear.
Anything can happen anywhere.
Yeah.
And realize, I like this tweet that was tweeted by General Miguna. In the morning, I was reading this tweet when I was heading over here. And Miguna said, let me just read the tweet that Miguna tweeted. It will help us realize and every Kenyans outside there, especially time kama saizi. Alisema, how to prevent more murders. Stop using Safaricom lines, according to him. Draft and save this emergency alert on your X, Facebook, WhatsApp, and any app you are using. The message nilikuwa nasema to draft na to save ni inasema una draft hapo, my name is maybe Phadhile Mulla. I have been abducted by DCI police, NIS, raise alarm.
Yeah.
You know, just a single tweet when something like that happened, it crosses everywhere. Sindio?
Yeah.
Akasema, when anyone you suspect to be a DCI or a police approaches you, press send to all and notify your family members and friends, bloggers, media, and law society of Kenya. Make maximum noise, resist, don't let them take you without maximum commotion. Anyone and everyone who witnesses an abduction or receives the emergency alert should spread the message, make the noise, chase the abductors, don't let them abduct you. Consider any group of DCI, NIS, and police criminals who approach you in civilian clothes, mask, in unmarked motorcycles or vehicles to be killers, and those ambulances that approaches you way closer, get concerned.
So one thing you need to understand that Safaricom right now it's like half owned by the government.
Yes.
So it's almost a parastatal in a way.
Yeah.
Safaricom has been accused of being used by the government to trace Ojwang.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Yes.
And the CEO came out and said he denied. He denied all those allegations.
Same to CAK.
Yeah.
Communication Authority of Kenya.
Yes. I don't know why that we have a constitution that is protecting data.
But Safaricom imekuwa tu ikiakuziwa since maandamano za Raila. And I think kuna sama ukweli. Jua watu wote wezi kuwa wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know why they're accused? You know, jua hao ndio big wing kwa nini kwa telecommunication.
Yeah.
You people, you don't prefer that networks. Ukipigiwa na mtu nasema kwani unanipigia na hiyo line nyingine kwani, you see that's thing.
Exactly.
Sasa mtu wana fear the underration that also is happened to us. So that's why somebody recommended us that we either subscribe to another lines ndio itatusaidia on this
devastation. We are doing our transaction, our money we are getting.
They also have the transaction, the other subscribers.
They offer the similar.
But then their network is poor. That's another thing.
That's why Safaricom wanajifanya wako that level wako, sindio?
But here's the thing, man. You have to be loyal to your people. Safaricom, please stop betraying us. Stop giving out data. See, there's a constitution. We have a constitution that is protecting us from our data being accessed. Sindio? Yes.
And also that brought to concern by Pastor Nganga, who said, hey, mbona mapolitician watoto wenyu hawakufi? Yeah? Nganga is serious on that.
Angalia vile watoto wao wanakufa. Yeah.
The one of Beatrice Selachi.
Yeah.
And the other.
Waongee vibaya waone. Mungu alali.
You just sympathize and move on.
Realize outside Kenya muliona Israel striked Iran? You saw that?
I saw a clip.
Yeah, of course.
I saw some footages,
You story Iran.
Hey.
Okay, is it something new? Because they are always fighting. And the main reason is because one is an ally to America.
Really?
Yeah.
I think wanna fight in Comaradire over Palestine.
No, the thing is you need to understand something. There's always the chanting by the Middle East. There's always the chanting by the Middle East, death to Americans, death to to the Israelites. Unaona? Hii si beef imeanza juzi.
Hii ni ya kitambo by the
Hii ni
way.
beef ya kitambo sana.
That's sponsored by NATO, just in that conclusion, right?
NATO, they are on the side of Israel. But at some point, you need to realize something, that Israel is committing genocide. They are criminals, Israel, bad.
Remember, up to yesterday or this morning, it happened, Israel walikuwa wameshoot like 300 missiles to Iran. And now President of Iran anasema Iran will not remain silent following Israel's brazen attacks, warning that a powerful response by the Islamic Republic will make the enemy regret its foolish acts.
You know, one thing you need to realize is Iran is always funding there's a militia group in Lebanon that is funded by Iran. There's a militia group in Gaza. It's called Hamas.
The Hamas.
And
the
the
Hamas
Houthis. Houthis is in Lebanon. No. In Lebanon is Hezbollah.
Hezbollah?
Yeah. In Lebanon. And Houthis is in Yemen.
Yes.
So all these militia groups are funded by Iran. And Iran does not admit they are funding all these groups. That's where the problem is.
Up to this point, I think what should prevail over the world, because it's coming to our greatest discourse, that people in Kenya, people are being butchered, politicians are singing their best choruses, and no much action is being taken, and people are using others as a scapegoats. Mama Mukwana is now being used as a scapegoat, and now in Israel, the war between Israel and Iran, NATO is using that opportunity to camouflage their bad endings towards the world. And now that should happen. There is, as we end the episode, realize there is a tweet by the Pope Leo the 14th. Is it the 14th? The current Pope of the Catholic Church. And now I'm going to bring you his tweet of the day, and at a certain time that we as the people of Kenya and the people of the world need to hear this one much. Pope Leo tweeted just like an hour ago, "The poor are not distraction for the church and for the country, but our beloved brothers and sisters, for by their lives, their words and their wisdom, they put us in contact with the truth of the gospel and survival in the world. We demand accountability in every aspect of the leadership and governing of our countries." Relax. We are still in demand of the resignation of the arrest of the Deputy Inspector General of the Police, Lagat, and then the action should be taken. SAP, just like that of Mukwana, have been taken, and now you see Mukwana is being arraigned in court. Talam also, they fired him or suspended Talam after the office. It needs to be of the latest concern. What's your last wish to the Kenyans as we end the episode?
Man, my wish to all Kenyans is my condolences to the family of Ojwang. I am really, really sorry about your son, what has happened to them. And I am so grateful to the politicians that came out to support the family. Sakaja, Sonko, Hanifa, Erick Omondi, and everybody else. I know there are so many people out there who are just out there and helping in any way they can. It's not a competition. At the end of the day, all these funds are going to the same place, the same destination.
And Kenyans are doing amazing job.
Kenyans are doing amazing job. If you contributed to anything, it might not be money, but of course, you have contributed somewhere. Just know that this is somebody's son, and nobody deserves to bury their child.
Yes, also it's a contribution.
Yes. So, thank you very much for everybody else who's contributing. But I want us to live in a country whereby there's peace, there's harmony, and there's reconciliation. We can understand each other. But at the end of the day, we are not going to die on our knees. We'd rather die on our feet, just like Dedan Kimathi said. And we should not give up the fight. Let's fight till the end. That's all I have to say.
Yes, you, Darish?
Just wanted to sound a warning to the senior officials in the government. One day, And I repeat, one day you'll face your consequences. Na vijana tutakuja kuungana. Thank you.
Yes, one day we will unite. In his book of The End of History, Francis Fukuyama said, freedom begins when nature ends. It seems the nature in the Republic of Kenya have ended. And now freedom, or rather the fight to demand for the freedom, is right now amongst us all, demanding for the justice. And the verse of demanding for the justice, we are going to follow the correct procedure. We're not going to distract or rather vandalize our cities in this fight. But also we are not going to remain silent when others are going through the miseries, when they are being silent, when they don't talk. We're going to use our voice as realers to speak out the fact what they need to hear outside there, unfiltered, in the fight of justice of every Kenyan. Remained ruthless in the fight of freedom and fighting against this government and the police brutality. Till our next episode, from the farthest end.
My name is Phadhile Mulla. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share the link. Make sure you hit the bell ring button. Thank you.
Tango. And
make sure you share it to your good friends, your bad friends, everybody. Mzee si mzee, kama si mzee Darish.
We don't use Kisungu as our official language. Tunaomba msamaha. Thank you very much, reelers. Subscribe, share, and weka notification. Ndo content kama yetu ikifika, unapata ASAP. Nite Arego, no new name invented, Uncle Bobo.